What's up, y'all? This is Tasha. Welcome back to my channel. We just gonna get right into episode 10 of Love is Blind. Y'all, when I say I have zero notes, I have zero notes because they could have sent us this episode in an email, honey. Like, we really needed a show that was a little over an hour long for two weddings. Two weddings. So I'm just going to summarize real quick for y'all what I can remember happened in the episode. So first up was Izzy and Stacy with their wedding. She shows up with another denim jacket with bride on the back. I'm like, you just going to have the thrift stores full of denim jackets that are bedazzled on the back, because this is the second one, girl. This is the second one, but she shows up. She's talking to her sisters as she's getting ready. Of course, her sister is like, oh, we love Izzy. Like, can y'all just stop throwing around the L word? Like, okay, I can get with Izzy and Stacy falling in love because that's a romantic relationship, and sometimes the feelings just feel and you fall in love very quickly. However, to attach yourself to somebody else's person that quick to say that you love them in less than 30 days and you don't have a romantic connection with them, I'm just not understanding. But anyway, they say they love him as well. Her mom comes to talk to her, and I think her mama was the one that, you know, kind of knocked some sense into her a little bit, because Stacy was still talking about the finances and, you know, how it's not a big deal about the credit card and the credit score. It's just the fact that you just did not tell her. And the mama was like, don't ignore them red flags. I would not ignore the red flags. I ain't telling you I do or I don't, but don't ignore the red flags. It's basically what her mama was saying. Izzy is over there with his guys and like, oh, you guys make me so relaxed. I'm so glad you guys are here. And, you know, I wasn't trying to, again, lie to her, hide anything from her. I honestly didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. Izzy, how did you not think it was going to be that big of a deal when this lady has brought it up to you and asked you multiple times? You know, her and her family started from the bottom, not a here. You know, she is a very independent woman as far as being headstrong in her working career. But you didn't think your credit score and finances was going to be in question? Like, Izzy, stop playing us, because there's no way you really thought that was not going to be a big deal for her. You sound crazy right now. But anyway, he writes her a little note before the wedding, because he's like, oh, she's always talking about wanting these little notes and letters from me. So I'm going to get you guys' help to, you know, write this note. Child, once his best man takes the note over there to Stacy and we actually hear the note that this guy needed help with writing, Izzy, stop playing in our face. Stacy, I love you so much. I love you more than Lacey. Now let's get jiggy with Izzy. Whatever the thing said, it was stupid, okay? But she teared up. And at this point, I was like, no, he did not get her back into his web. Like, girl, this is not enough. But she was so excited to get it because it was unprovoked. And he knows that she likes it. And she's like, Mom, I just said I needed him to be calm. And he wrote calm. That's because Izzy is, again, a narcissist. He knows all the right words to use. He's going to take all the information you have given him of the things you want and need, and he's going to regurgitate that back to you. Whether or not he actually does it in his actions, that's what his mouth and his hand is going to write on this piece of paper, because he knows those are almost trigger words for you, that if you see those, you're going to be like, yes, this is what I need and this is what I want. Absolutely. Child, anyway, they get down the aisle. Izzy is like, thank you everybody, thank y'all for coming, good to see y'all, welcome, glad y'all here. This is not a concert, Izzy, this is a wedding, okay? He gets to the front. Stacy comes and she's walking down with her dad. They get there. Officiant says whatever the officiant says. They say their vows. Izzy says, I do, because of course, y'all know he was not going to turn down not marrying the bag, okay? So he says, yes, he will get married. And then when it comes to Stacy, we get the long pause. And she starts with, you know I love you. Whenever that's fitting to come, you already know it's fitting to be a no. Because I'm going to give you all the reasons as to why I do love you and want to be with you. So you understand why I got to say no right now. But she ends up saying, not right now. They just need more time. That's the only thing. Right now, everything is good, but the only thing they don't have on their side is time. Girl, that's the best excuse you could come up with. The time was going to be an issue from you applying to the show because you know how fast the show moves. So, okay, Stacey, but if that's the excuse you're going to give us as to why you're not marrying this man, girl, I guess we're going to rock and roll with it at this point. But I'm happy she said no. She came to her senses and she said no. So she says no. She leaves. Her mama looks like is giving tears of relief. Izzy's mama, of course, is sad that his son is up here at the altar. So then, you know, he's sitting there and he's like, all right, thank y'all for coming. We really appreciate all the support. Again, just walk away. Just walk away, Izzy. It's okay in this moment to just leave with her. So they go outside and Stacey's like, you know, basically a what if and a hope wasn't enough for her to say yes. She did not feel 100%. She's talking to Izzy. Izzy feel like he has given it his all throughout this whole process and he needs someone that will really end up choosing him as well. So what I gather from all this is she kind of wanted to probably continue dating to see how things went with them. Izzy, on the other hand, is like, I don't need the time. I fell in love with who you are despite anything else. Okay, that's what he said, y'all. Whether I believe it or not, that's neither here nor there. But he said he fell in love with her and he does not need the time. But that's just me. I don't need the time. So it sounded like he was breaking up with her, which I don't know if y'all follow Love is Blind Netflix on Instagram, but they posted all of the girls in their reunion dresses yesterday. And as soon as I saw Stacey's dress, I said she got a revenge dress on. She has a dress on that when this man sees her again, he's going to be like, God dang. She's still out here fine, ain't she? That's the type of dress Stacey had on. So when I saw that yesterday, I was like, yeah, I don't think they're going to say yes. And also I saw another video of Izzy with some other girl and he was doing a play on words with a song about 50-50. So I'm like, that's the only thing about Netflix and these shows now that I don't know if y'all don't have these people signing NDAs or whatever it is, but it's like because y'all have these episodes spaced out coming out on Fridays, there's enough time for then the cast to start putting out, you know, Instagram stories and start doing interviews and answering questions and all that. And by the time we kind of get to the end of the show, it's like it's low-key ruined a little bit because of everything that has happened on social media playing out in real time. So it's like y'all either need to get these people to sign NDAs that they can't talk about it until the reunion has aired, or y'all just need to drop all the episodes at once so then we can just go ahead and binge watch the show and then be able to kind of look at the spoilers if we would like to do that. But whatever. They both say, again, Izzy says yes, Stacey says no. And from the looks of where this ended up, they are completely broken up, okay? Well, we move on to Milton and Lydia. Of course, Lydia is so excited that it is her wedding day. She was just so unsure if this day would come for her. Oh, one more shot. Izzy, you are 0 for 2 for engagements, okay? You just might want to give it. Oh, and before I jump into Izzy and Milton, I mean, not Izzy and Milton, child. Lydia and Milton. Izzy is going to then throw shots at Stacey and says, oh, now I see why she's, 32, 34, whatever, and she's still single. Like, I'm 29 and I can give her everything that, say, a 45-year-old can give her that hasn't worked for her. Like, so now you're going to basically Johnny her, where you was liking Johnny and then when things didn't work out, you turned on Johnny. So basically you doing the same thing now to Stacey. I said it in my first review that Izzy is an F-boy and Izzy is still an F-boy. All right, sorry. I just needed to get that one more thing out before I proceeded on with Milton and Lydia. So these two, it's their time to get married. Milton is in the room with all of his guys yet again. his dad wasn't present, and I just kept feeling some kind of way that his dad wasn't there to support. Like, Milton, are you taking the clues that are being dropped for you at this moment? Then we see Lydia's getting ready with her girls, her mom. I believe she has 2 sisters. So she got herself all dressed. Milton's dad does eventually come in and give him some cufflinks that he puts on his suit and is like, your mom says you can have these if you want them. But, you know, just want to make sure you're making the right decision. You thought about everything. Milton seems to be completely oblivious, as if this is like going to buy a pair of sneakers or something. So he's like, I'm not really worried and concerned, but the fact that everybody else is a little bit worried and concerned, I'm wondering if I'm missing something or I'm not taking this as seriously. And I'm like, yeah, it's the latter, Milton. You're acting like you're just still dating. You actually are getting married to this woman and you're acting like it's no big deal. Okay? So I'm gonna need you to really sit with it. But anyway, they get to the wedding. Both of them walk out. Milton looks really good. His groomman definitely threw shots and was like, you finally found a decent barber. I don't know if he actually did, looking at that haircut, but if that's a good barber, pass it on to Uche as well, just in case. He hasn't found one yet either. But Milton's sister, mom, family is all there. The sister's like, oh, he actually looks cute. Like, coming down here, Lydia comes out. She actually looks beautiful in her dress. And the officiant says everything. Lydia, of course, goes first and she says, I do. It then comes to Milton and I'm shocked but not shocked that he actually says, I do as well. And then they actually kiss after that. And it was like, wait, that's not the part where y'all kiss at, but it's already done. So they exchange rings and then they kiss again. And these two are married and they're going to live happily ever after, I guess. I don't know if they're still together. I guess we will find out on Sunday when their reunion airs. But then they kind of just played catch up with all the other couples. So JP and Taylor, you know, JP wishing he had opened up a little bit more. Taylor wishing she was able to go through the process. We had Uche and Aaliyah. Uche wishing that, you know, he had actually given it more thought and given it a second chance. And then who else was it at the end? I feel like there was one other person, y'all, but honestly, I can't remember. And it really was not. It was not that important, okay? But if y'all have been in these Love is Blind streets, y'all will also know that Renee and Carter actually ended up going through the entire process. Somebody in my last video pointed out that Renee was at the bridal shop, but they acted like she was there to support Stacy when she was actually there to shop for her own wedding dress because her and Carter had gotten engaged. So now they had like basically cut them out of all their scenes. And I wonder why. I mean, if we got all of this that we got with just the two couples, was it just that bad of footage that y'all had for Renee and Carter? I'm not understanding why y'all just had to do all this cutting and slicing to cut them out of it. I mean, granted, they didn't get married and she's married to somebody else totally different in today's time. But we just could have had another couple. I'm just not sure where that went. And then we also had another couple. I can't remember their names, but the bride is actually in the process of a lawsuit with Netflix for some things. So, child, this season has just been real ghetto-like. The reunion it's not live, but I believe it's dropping on Sunday at 8 o'clock. So I will, of course, watch that. I don't have really high hopes of us getting answers or getting a bunch of new information, again, just because of everything that has come out on social media. My hopes just are not high, but we will watch and we will see what happens. But let me know what y'all thought about the final episode of season 5 of Love is Blind, and I'll catch y'all for the reunion to wrap up this season. All right, peace.